He was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight.
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this.
It allowed Jake Paul's brother to be in there and be able to last with a smaller man, a smaller, older, greater fighter who's mostly was concentrating on defense more than just offense.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has taken his preparation to an entirely new level, pushing the limits of intensity as he spars against heavyweight fighters in the lead-up to his bout with Jake Paul. Sources from his camp say Davis isn't easing up for a moment. He's testing his power, endurance, and precision against opponents who outweigh him by dozens of pounds. It's a deliberate choice meant to sharpen every weapon in his arsenal before fight night. Observers who've witnessed the sessions describe them as nothing short of explosive. Despite the size difference, Davis has been standing his ground and trading power shots with fighters built to hit harder and absorb more punishment. In one particularly heated exchange, reports say a heavyweight sparring partner was visibly stunned after Tank landed a perfectly timed, crushing counter, a reminder of why his power is feared across weight classes. This kind of preparation speaks volumes about Davis's mindset. He's not training for comfort, he's training for dominance. Facing heavier opposition, he's fine-tuning his explosiveness, reflexes, and mental composure, ensuring that when he steps into the ring with Jake Paul, he'll be ready for any level of pressure. For Davis, every sparring session is more than practice, it's a statement of intent.
No, you're right.
But tell people what happened.
Man, I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight.
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is once again commanding attention, this time from behind closed gym doors. Recent training footage shows Davis going head-to-head with heavyweight sparring partners, pushing through and punching past opponents who tower over him. Long recognized for his explosive power at lightweight and super lightweight, Tank is proving that his strength and precision can transcend weight classes. In the clips, Davis showcases blistering combinations, quick, clean, and calculated, that visibly rattle even the bigger men sharing the ring with him. His movement is sharp and deliberate, slipping counters with ease, dictating the tempo, and firing back with pinpoint accuracy. Every exchange highlights not just raw power, but a deeper sense of rhythm and control that few fighters, regardless of size, can maintain under that kind of pressure. It's clear from his approach that Davis isn't just training to hit harder, he's conditioning himself to outlast and outthink stronger, heavier opponents. Each session is crafted to test his stamina, balance, and adaptability, elements that will be vital when he faces Jake Paul. For Davis, these sparring wars are more than preparation. They're proof that his skill and resilience can neutralize size, setting the tone for a statement performance on fight night.
Look like you're playing pool with a short stick. Fall in between him. Fall in between him. Punch when he punch, yeah. Punch when he punch. Punch when he punch. Yep. They ain't stopped firing. We slowed down. Now we're going to commence firing again. That's what we do. We reload and come back. Yeah, you ain't got to get close, Frank, because we know you're scared to get close. Get close, Frank. Keep rolling, Cal. All the way down the road. Come to me, baby.
Despite the clear size gap between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and many of his sparring partners, the champion continues to seek out challenges against fighters who outweigh him by large margins. For Davis, these sessions aren't about overpowering anyone, they're about precision, control, and adaptability. Each round is a calculated exercise in learning how to manage distance, dictate pace, and unleash his trademark explosiveness even when faced with physically imposing opponents. According to his team, these heavyweight sparring sessions serve a specific purpose. They sharpen Tank's ability to read angles, adjust footwork, and time counters against fighters with longer reach and unconventional rhythm, traits similar to Jake Paul's style. The goal isn't just to build strength, it's to build confidence in his ability to neutralize size and pressure through skill alone. Davis understands that Jake Paul's greatest asset is his physicality, the power that comes from being the naturally bigger man. By testing himself daily against heavier boxers, he's stripping away any psychological edge size might offer come fight night. It's a smart, disciplined strategy rooted in experience and self-belief. As his team puts it, Davis isn't leaving anything to chance. He's preparing his body, his timing, and his mindset for every scenario that might unfold once that opening bell sounds.
Here's a clip of Gervonta "Tank" Davis releasing footage of him training and sparring with the heavyweight ahead of his showdown with YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul that's set to take place November 14th in Atlanta, Georgia at the State Farm Arena. Tank Davis is 5'4", and he weighs in at 135. His last fight, he actually was 133 pounds. Jake Paul is 6'1" with a 76-inch arm reach, and he weighed in at 199 pounds his last fight. And fight before that, he weighed in at 224 pounds. Gervonta Tank Davis has a 67-inch arm reach. This is why this fight has to be ruled an exhibition and not a real professional boxing match, because no boxing commission would sanction it. Let me know what y'all think about this. As you see, Tank Davis is using and working on movement. Let me know. I'm gone. Peace.
Former UFC star and fight analyst Chael Sonnen has made his stance crystal clear. Gervonta Tank Davis isn't just fighting Jake Paul, he's carrying the weight of boxing's credibility into the ring. Sonnen argued that while Jake Paul has undeniably brought new eyes to the sport through showmanship and viral attention, it's now Davis's responsibility to remind the world what authentic boxing looks like. In Sonnen's view, this matchup is more than an event, it's a defining moment for the sport's integrity. He explained that Davis represents the traditional craft of boxing, built on years of discipline, technical precision, and in-ring intelligence. The goal, Sonnen said, isn't simply to win, but to reassert that experience and skill still outweigh online fame and spectacle. This is about restoring order, he emphasized, showing fans the difference between entertainment and mastery. Sonnen went even further, saying that for Davis, a knockout wouldn't just be a highlight, it would be a message. A statement to casual viewers and critics alike that elite boxing remains an art form, not a sideshow. If Tank dominates as expected, Sonnen believes it will serve as a reminder that no amount of social media hype can substitute for years of hard-earned skill, discipline, and true ring intelligence.
Which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought in the world of priority on your list. And I used to believe those things. Now, I go back far enough in MMA that I've had my eyes open a number of times. The fact that karate was so incredibly useless, or the fact that Jeet Kune Do was so incredibly useless, like these were not things that I would have bet on when I was in high school. As a wrestler at that time, I would not have assumed that I would fare well in a fight against somebody that knew Kung Fu. We had all been falsely led through Hollywood. Not through competition, not through sport, not through understanding of the game, but just through Hollywood. We were told that those guys were the most dangerous guys. So, we then eventually get up to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, which had a weight discrepancy, but it was very small. I mean, I watched him weigh in, I want to say it was like 8 pounds.
As fight week approaches, new footage and insider reports confirm that Gervonta Tank Davis has been pushing himself through some of the most demanding training of his career, sparring against heavyweight fighters in full-contact sessions. These aren't controlled or cautious exchanges, they're high-intensity battles designed to stretch Tank's limits and force constant adaptation. According to his team, the idea is simple but strategic. If Davis can handle men who hit harder and move differently, the real fight will feel that much more manageable. Trainers inside the camp explain that these heavyweight sessions serve multiple purposes. They challenge Davis to refine his defensive instincts, improve his head movement, and perfect the art of slipping punches from larger opponents. At the same time, they teach him how to create power from efficiency, generating knockout-level force without wasting energy. Each grueling round reinforces the same lesson: timing and precision can overcome size and strength when executed at an elite level. This unconventional approach has been turning heads throughout the boxing world. It reflects not arrogance, but respect, proof that Davis views Jake Paul as a genuine threat worthy of serious preparation. By putting himself through heavier opposition in training, Davis is ensuring that when the lights come on and the bell rings, he'll be ready for every challenge that comes his way, physically, mentally, and strategically. Renowned boxing trainer Teddy Atlas has added his voice to the discussion, calling Gervonta "Tank" Davis one of the most powerful, polished, and complete fighters in the sport today. Atlas acknowledged the ongoing conversation about Jake Paul's apparent size advantage but made it clear that, in his view, size won't be a deciding factor once the first bell rings. What truly matters, he said, is experience, and that's where Davis holds a clear and overwhelming edge. Atlas broke it down further, noting that Davis has faced every conceivable fighting style throughout his career: counterpunchers, pressure specialists, rangy boxers, and elusive defensive tacticians. Each test, he explained, has honed Tank's adaptability and sharpened his instincts in ways that can't be replicated through quick climbs or celebrity bouts. Jake Paul, by contrast, has yet to share the ring with true boxing veterans who can expose weaknesses under fire. Addressing the common question, what if Jake lands one big punch? Atlas dismissed it as a misunderstanding of what defines great fighters. Power, he said, is only dangerous if you can create the right openings to use it. And against someone as composed and calculating as Davis, those openings rarely appear. In Atlas's words, Tank's ability to stay calm under pressure, adjust mid-fight, and think like a tactician is what separates professional warriors from entertainers stepping into the ring for spectacle.
You have one guy who, he's smaller, but he's a top fighter, he can punch, and he's fighting a guy who's not a top pro fighter, who's bigger. What if he hits him on the chin? What if he hits him on the chin? It'll wind up selling. And that's what'll wind up selling it. The what if. What if Tank makes him do a cha-cha? He hits him on the chin, and Jake Paul, we're going to find out if he can dance. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do the cha-cha. That's what's going to sell it. And you can't argue that what if. You can't. I know I get to places that other people won't go and everything else. They just dismiss stuff because it's easier to do that. It's safer to do that. You don't have to bows and arrows coming at you from people that argue with you because you did that. But I don't care. I've had bows and arrows my whole life. I don't care. But that's true. That what if? What if this guy who is a real good puncher, who is one of the best fighters in the world right now, what if he hits him? What if he makes a miss and he counters him? Or he jumps up in the air. Bang! And he hits him. Sid Terrace was a great fighter. No, not the 1700s, but years ago. And Cus D'Amato told me he loved Sid Terrace. He said, Teddy, he used to jump up in the air and hit you with 3 jabs. I said, whoa, man, Sid Terrace. All right. Anyway, look, I can't finish without saying that it did invoke some memories and thoughts that we've been here before in a different way, where Jake Paul's brother fought Mayweather. That's not forget. And I'm not saying I like that either. I mean, first of all, Mayweather was past his prime. He was already retired. He was older, everything, but he's still the great Mayweather. And Mayweather was fighting a guy, 50-pound difference, 60-pound difference, whatever it was. And that size made a difference. It allowed Jake Paul's brother to be in there and be able to last with a smaller man, a smaller, older, greater fighter who's mostly was concentrating on defense more than just offense.